Hi, welcome to Yellow Slate, your very own school search engine that helps you find the best schools for your kid based on various filters and parameters. Today, we have Miss Neha Narang, who is the principal of CGR Academy. The school is located in Velimala near Kollur in Hyderabad. Let's speak to her and understand more about her challenges as a principal of a school and also about this school in particular. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, as a principal, it is very important for you to create that conducive atmosphere and a climate which is interesting for students to learn and also makes your teaching effective. So, what kind of effort do you put in to create that kind of environment in the school?
See, at CGR Academy, talking in particular about our school, one of our core belief is CGR synergy, which means balance. So we reflect this in our daily schedule by balancing academics with co-curricular activities. Our day begins with a warm welcome and an interactive session with the class teacher, where teachers basically they get some time to connect and bond with the students. So at the back end, the admin team makes sure the timetable is planned with a rich mix of scholastic and co-scholastic subjects. A lot of co-curricular activities are planned throughout the day. But at the same time, we make sure the academics is also equally important and it doesn't take a back seat. So, talking about the school, the infrastructure, it is built on a 7-acre huge campus with 4 acres completely dedicated to sports, which includes soccer, badminton, skating, volleyball, cricket, swimming. And apart from sports, we have STEAM lab, music labs for guitar and keyboard, design thinking lab, a library, a huge auditorium. So a timetable is designed so that students make the best use of all the facilities. All these facilities, they're useless if we don't allocate time for all these in our timetable. So we make sure that our timetable is designed in such a way so that students make the best use of all the facilities provided for their holistic development.
With so much to offer from the school side, what does a typical day look like for a student in a school, ma'am?
It is basically, as I mentioned, we get started with a warm welcome where they connect, where the class teacher and the children develop a bond with each other. They have breakfast together, they spend good amount of time with each other. Students also, when they come from home, they have to bring them to the class so that they're physically they are present, but to make sure they're mentally also part of the class, they are ready to learn. So that is the time teachers bond and they get started their day by bonding with them. So, and then followed by we have a well structured timetable which makes sure our curriculum is a healthy mix of co-curriculars and academics.
Got it. And when you're dealing with students, of course, students will have different levels of abilities to learn and different kinds of interests and characters. So, how do you make sure that all of them are on the same page while learning? And how do you deal with students with different learning abilities in particular?
So basically, I strongly feel so the responsibility is more on the teachers. So teachers must first spark curiosity in students as it lays the foundation for meaningful learning. They should encourage a lot of open-ended questions, group discussions, peer learning to promote collaboration and critical thinking. At the same time, teachers also need to design different styles of instruction because, always one particular teaching methodology does not work for all students. So they have to work on where they need to design different styles of instruction based on the needs of the students by using experiential learning. For example, always the bookish knowledge doesn't work. So we learn to cook a recipe by actually doing it rather than just reading instructions. Okay, do this, do that. So students learn best when they actively participate in hands-on activities. They learn by doing. So once they experience it themselves, their understanding is deep and they remember it for a long time. So we try to make sure that all the important concepts students learn with experiential learning. We have STEAM to support this vision. We take students there and where interdisciplinary activities also take place, projects, continuous assessment, and timely feedback. All these things help us ensure that every student in the class is engaged and supported from the school side.
Got it. And since you spoke about assessments and feedback, can you throw more light on how are these done to ensure that final objective is met?
Yeah. So we have traditional pen and paper tests in the form of periodic tests. And apart from these, We have many ongoing activities which are very much important part of our assessments. For example, projects, debates, discussions, reading exercises, elocution, recitation. So, which are, as per CBSE, also part of our subject enrichment activities. So, assessments also include portfolios, student led presentations. So, a regular progressive report card is made, and we have regular parent teacher meetings, which help us identify the learning gaps. So, these tests help us identify the areas where children need support. So, once these gaps are identified, the school and parents work together to help students improve and achieve their potential. So that is basically the main idea to have these assessments. Wherever the learning gaps are identified, the parents and the school should work as a team to make their best efforts to fill up all the learning gaps.
So, where do parents often go wrong in trying to be in alignment with school's vision? What are some challenges that you face there?
Challenges basically school follow a particular method of assessment. So yes, we do give students are given marks and all, but parents also, have to think that marks are important. Even we want our children to score good grade, good marks. But at the same time, what we are looking forward is for learning. It's not only the marks. If you see our worksheets, our assessments, they are not direct questions like what if a lesson is taught and there are some exercises, fill in the blanks, question answers towards the end of the chapter. Those are done in the notebook, and out of that, some of them are there in the question paper. But we don't follow that. So our questions are all indirect, case study based questions, multiple choice questions. So our main aim is for the learning to happen. We are not looking forward for the marks. So parents generally they come and talk to us. Ma'am, my child has scored less marks. Next time I want my child to score more better marks. So we counsel them. We talk to the parents. It's not about the marks, especially at junior grades. These are the diagnostic tests. There are many children who know the concept. They're very well aware of all the answers, but they struggle to write. They don't know how to put up that answer on paper. So these are the diagnostic tests where we try to understand what actually the problem is, so that we as teachers and parents work together as a team to cover those gaps. Another is students who go to tuition. So the teachers are teaching, the tuition teacher teaches them in their own way, but whereas in school we have a foolproof method for each topic. We train teachers, we discuss in the meetings for every topic. We have teach back sessions where teachers also learn from each other. So when the lesson actually is taught in class, there is a lot of back end planning which takes place behind the scene. So which parent is unaware? So child gets confused. Basically, teacher is doing something in some way, and at the same time, the tuition teacher is teaching in some other way. So we advise parents what a parent can do for a child and what teachers can do in school. No tutor can do. So we advise them not to send their ward for tuitions, and whatever learning is happening at school, that is more than enough for child. And if students need any help, any extra support, school is always there to lend each kind of support.
Great. And you spoke about the challenges that you face, but if you have to throw some advice to the teachers who are just starting or maybe getting into this career, what would you say?
Starting in the sense, teachers, I just have one advice. They have to be flexible, open to learning, and always student centered. That is, very, very important for all the teachers. They must, take time in their class to understand each child and create a supportive environment where every student feels comfortable and confident to share their concerns. So they must collaborate with colleagues, attend in house training and professional development courses. And by doing this, teachers help students feel happy and motivated. And in the end, students develop a strong love for the school. So all teachers work together with the same goal to provide the best learning experience for every student and to ensure that they should be open to learning and always student centered.
That's great, ma'am. So we really look forward to meeting you once again sometime in future and getting to know a little more about your experience as a principal and also the school, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us and letting know all your thoughts on the education. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.